And today we are talking about one of the worst examples of this with the YouTube channel Kid Behind a Camera, aka the guy behind the Angry Grandpa videos. Now, because recently a 911 call got leaked of Michael's wife calling the police on him for domestic violence. This seems to be connected to an incident where Michael was arrested back in April for domestic violence.
Oh, no, you putting your hands on Bridget, Michael? Come on, gang. Y'all been locked up for years, though. I ain't gonna lie. They probably the longest running couple on the tube, my nigga. Gender don't matter. Never put your hands on nobody, bro. Like, it's that hard to not touch somebody, my nigga. Like, you can't control your anger that much, my nigga.
But Michael's just been a bad guy for a long time, exploiting everyone around him, including his children, for views. He's incapable of taking any sort of criticism whatsoever. He's just kind of a giant man baby.
Mike, you lost yourself, my nigga. You lost yourself. And I know his mental, so, bro, I know that still hit. You know what I'm saying? I know, bro, that's your dad, so I get it. But, gang, come on, lock in. YouTube, man, what's good? It's your boy FSD coming back with another video, man. And today we got Kid Behind the Camera, man. If y'all don't know who Kid Behind the Camera is, he used to he's also known as Michael Green. He's Angry Grandpa's son. If y'all don't know who Angry Grandpa is, he's a YouTube legend. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Angry Grandpa, bro. He probably top 5 YouTubers of all time. You know what I'm saying? Funniest old man alive, bro. Most relatable old man, bro. R.I.P. to Angry Grandpa, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. But man, apparently, Kid Behind the Camera under fire. You know what I'm saying? Michael under fire. I don't know what he did. You know, apparently, this is the saddest YouTuber downfall of all time. You know what I'm saying? We about to check out this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. Roll to 5K. Subscribe to my second channel, fsdeelive. You know what I'm saying? We going up. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love. Roll to 5K. Sub up, bro. We so close. Let's get it.
Well, guys, it's always unfortunate when we've got to make one of these. Don't know why there's never headlines of, like, YouTuber turns his life around and stops being a massive fucking douchebag and turns into a good guy. Probably because negativity sells. But I honestly just don't think that really happens. I feel like being a shitty guy on social media is sort of a one-way street. There's no turning back. Now, it seems like whenever you become a YouTuber, inevitably, you're going to find yourself down one of 3 paths. Very few people seem to get the good ending these days. You know, think guys like Markiplier, YouTubers who are able to rise to the top just by being themselves and doing what they enjoy. That seems to be a pretty rare breed these days. Not only does it seem like people don't really have much interest in being that kind of person on the internet anymore, the algorithms of social media just don't reward it. Unfortunately, I think the days of guys like Tom Scott or Jacksepticeye getting famous on social media are probably gone. And then you've got the middle path, and I think this is where most YouTubers find themselves eventually. You blow up, you gain a following, and then one day it's just really not working for you anymore. Maybe you've lost interest, maybe your audience has lost interest. For whatever reason, the momentum stops, and for a lot of people that can be really discouraging. YouTube is definitely a game of ups and downs.
No map, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm currently stuck. I'm stuck right now. That's why I said, bro, you gotta, bro, just maintain, you know what I'm saying, being you, bro. You don't have to change just because you see a couple of ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? It's part of the journey, bro. It's normal, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the YouTubers still doing their thing, still being them, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, just being authentically you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, you gonna have your ups and downs. I'm currently having my downs right now, you know what I'm saying? But it don't stop me from doing what I love to do, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I took a passion for, so like I never stop regardless of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ups and downs though, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be getting, it gonna times where you getting 30 views on a vid, and then it's gonna be times where you getting 2,000 views on a vid. Like, it's ups and downs, gang. It's part of the journey, you know what I'm saying? But don't lose yourself in the content, bro. Never lose yourself, because at the end of the day, none of this shit matter, bro. Views, followers, all it, bro, this shit don't mean nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But don't get lost, my nigga.
stops, and for a lot of people that can be really discouraging. YouTube is definitely a game of ups and downs, and sometimes those downs can really fuck with your head, and some people just don't want to deal with it, which is why the middle path breaks off into a few end games. One of them is you just keep doing your thing. Eventually the downswing will probably end, your channel will gain momentum again, and who knows, maybe you'll end up down the first path where you become a household name. Two is you just don't really want to deal with the ups and downs anymore. You stop uploading and your channel dies. And then there's the third path. And well, the third path is the dark path, ladies and gentlemen. The third path is you have a downswing and you're like, I don't like this. How do I get momentum back to my channel right this second, guaranteed? Which leads you to manipulating your audience for short-term gains and turning your back on everybody who supported you for years. Your followers put up with it for a little bit, but after the fourth or fifth fake pregnancy announcement or fake divorce video, they check out, and the only people left are the ones there for the drama and the ones there to make fun of you. And before you know it, you're emerging from your cocoon, spreading your wings, exploring your new form as an internet lolcow. And that cocoon is a one-way ticket, boys and girls. Once you've gone down this path, there's no way back. And today we are talking about one of the worst examples of this with a YouTube channel, Kid Behind a Camera, aka the guy behind the Angry Grandpa videos. Now, I haven't decided to just randomly talk about this guy. The reason this video is being made is because recently a 911 call got leaked of Michael's wife calling the police on him for domestic violence. This seems to be connected to an incident where Michael was arrested back in April for domestic violence, and this is the first time I'm hearing about this guy in years, so I figure that's probably the case for a lot of people. And personally, I feel like if you are this big of a piece of shit, people with a platform should put you on blast so those that still support you are at least not doing it blindly. This is a pretty terrible situation overall, but I really wouldn't be all that surprised if a lot of you guys don't even know who this guy is to begin with. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context, a little bit of background before we talk about what's going on now.
Oh, no, you putting your hands on Bridget, Michael? Come on, gang. Y'all been locked there for years, though. I ain't gonna lie. They probably the longest running couple on the tube, my nigga. I know they probably had a YouTube couple that got them beat, but bro, I've been watching them for bro, I probably was like 12, bro, probably 13, 14, realistically, watching them bro, I've been watching them for so long, pretty much. They've been together for so many years, bro. And I understand, bro, relationships, you have your ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it should never be a scenario where you put your hands on your significant other. No matter if you the girlfriend or the boyfriend. It don't, you know what I'm saying? Gender don't matter. Never put your hands on nobody, bro. Like, it's that hard to not touch somebody, my nigga. Like, you can't control your anger that much, my nigga. Like, brother, then y'all got kids. Y'all got kids together, bro. Like, imagine what you putting your kids through. Like, hopefully you not doing that in front of them, but like, bro, y'all, come on, bro.
Guy is to begin with. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context, a little bit of background before we talk about what's going on now, just so you're kind of in the loop. Now, if you've been using YouTube for a while, it's almost a guarantee that at some point you've seen an Angry Grandpa video. I think collectively the Angry Grandpa videos have almost 2 billion views. If in the back of your mind somewhere you can see a blurry video of an old man destroying a PS4, yeah, that's Angry Grandpa. The Angry Grandpa videos started like 15 years ago, and they were just silly homemade videos of a guy pretending to be very angry and ranting about shit or destroying shit. They were funny, lighthearted videos, and it was still that time of YouTube where an obviously fake video was not obviously fake to the average viewer. So there were debates on whether or not the videos were real. Just good old-fashioned classic YouTube fun. And surprisingly, unlike most things on YouTube, it never really got old for people, and the character was relatively popular and relatively well-liked until Angry Grandpa unfortunately passed away in 2017. And that was sort of the beginning of everything going downhill. Michael, the guy kind of orchestrating all the videos, Angry Grandpa's son, was never really the draw for these videos. Believe it or not, it was Angry Grandpa. So once Angry Grandpa passed away, save for a few tribute videos that were released for him, people sort of lost interest in the channel. The main draw was gone, and all that was left was my...
Facts, though. I ain't gonna lie. It took a pivotal point on the channel, though. I ain't gonna lie. When we lost Angry Grandpa, bro, I ain't gonna lie. The videos definitely didn't hit the same. Because we were so used to it, you know what I'm saying? But it just like... You know, things happen, bro. Life happens, you know what I'm saying? So I knew it was real tough for him, you know what I'm saying? It was probably his darkest times, you know what I'm saying? He lost his dad, so I could just imagine, you know, what he was going through during this time, you know what I'm saying? It probably taking a toll on him still to this day, you know what I'm saying? You got to think they bond was damn near, like, unattainable, like, in a sense. Like, they bond was just so, you know what I'm saying? But that is tough. You know what I'm saying? I know it definitely took a toll on his mental. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why he in this situation now. You know what I'm saying?
And his wife. And the content that he started to put out was just not really what people were looking for, nor what they had subscribed for. They subscribed for the grandpa. Unfortunately, there was just really going to be no way to replicate what they were producing before. The channel probably should have just ended there, but it didn't. Now, most of the content moving forward was posted on Michael's personal channel, Kid Behind a Camera, but occasionally amongst old footage or re-uploads of the Angry Grandpa videos on the Angry Grandpa channel, Michael would post some of the stuff that he was making in the present. And well, like I mentioned earlier, when some people experience those downswings like Michael was from the main draw of the channel being gone, some people overcorrect and try and do something that they think will get them views right then. And that became Michael's content strategy permanently. It seems like once he realized that people really weren't going to tune in for just him and his wife, essentially every other video became some clickbait bullshit about how they're pregnant or they're splitting up, they're getting a divorce, they're back together. And obviously that worked for a while, but once views started to go down again, essentially every other video became actually every other video being a video like that. And now fast forward to
damn, I didn't realize that, because I'm still subscribed to this nigga and I be seeing his videos like here and there, but like I said, bro, once grandpa died, like it just, like I said, his content ain't really hit the same. But like him as a creator, he a solid creator, you know what I'm saying? He entertaining to a certain extent. I was kind of watching him a little bit back in the day, but like I said, the main draw was grandpa, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was really watching for grandpa for real. But damn, I ain't know this strictly what he do now. Is fake divorces and all that. This what you on now, my nigga?
Where every single video that is uploaded to the Kid Behind a Camera channel is some clickbait soap opera bullshit with no basis in reality. And it's not haha funny stupid soap opera bullshit like the original Angry Grandpa videos were. They're genuine attempts to trick the audience into thinking that something major is happening. I'm just gonna read off the titles of the last few uploads from the Kid Behind a Camera channel. Heartbreaking news, she slept with my father. Why we're getting divorced. She stole Angry Grandpa's ashes. It's just clickbait nonsense bullshit from a bunch of grown adults. And to make matters worse, these people include their children in these videos, in which they are constantly pretending to get divorced, get back with ex-partners, get pregnant, move out, have people die. It's really just embarrassing at this point. And I'm hoping with this recent news that the people who watch this guy just to laugh at him are gonna stop, because at the end of the day, that's still supporting him, and supporting him in a pretty significant way. This guy's probably making a few $100,000 a year off of YouTube, and that is just not a position that he should be in anymore. Not only for the reason we're about to talk about, but Michael's just been a bad guy for a long time, exploiting everyone around him, including his children, for views. He's incapable of taking any sort of criticism whatsoever. He's just kind of a giant man baby, and hopefully for the people still sticking around for him, what we're about to talk about is the final nail in the coffin. So on April 3rd, Michael was arrested for domestic violence in the 3rd degree. There's a police report we can read which says, upon arrival, I met with Bridget. She stated that the male, later identified as Michael Green, struck her several times in the face. I observed some redness to the left side of her face. She stated that she was uninjured and denied EMS. Other officers located Michael near the residence and he was detained. Michael told officers that Bridget told him about an affair that she was having and he slapped her approximately 2 times. Bridget and Michael are married with 2 children in common. It should be noted that the children, Mia and Michael Green, did not witness or perceive the events. Michael was arrested for domestic violence in the 3rd degree and was transported to DC, where he was booked and lodged. Now, I'm not going to play the 911 call that was leaked because honestly, it's pretty hard to listen to. It's a very intense, very heartbreaking exchange, and it's just one of those things that if you're a halfway decent person...
Mike, you lost yourself, my nigga. You lost yourself. And I knew his mental, so, bro, I know that still hit, you know what I'm saying? I know, bro, that's your dad, so I get it, but gang, come on, lock in, gang. You're putting your hand, come on. Why you putting your hands on your wife? What you doing?
Listening to it, you will never be able to look at this guy, or really any of the stuff that he's a part of, the same. You know, this is not your typical lol cow shit where you know that they're a bad person, but really at the end of the day, their behavior only affects them, so it's like whatever. This is a guy whose shitty, narcissistic behavior has already been plaguing his family for years, and now he's gone a step too far in an unforgivable direction. And it's just really sad, you know? Like I said earlier, Michael's been involving his children in this content for a while now. They haven't been able to have a proper childhood. Their parents have been putting it on blast since the beginning, and that's bad enough, but now the fact that their father is an abusive asshole is now public knowledge. You know, this is not just like a YouTuber falling off or something. This is a guy who's such a narcissistic asshole that he's managed to drag down everybody around him with him against their will. Like, seriously, this guy probably could have retired off of the money that he made and would have continued to make with the Angry Grandpa videos, but instead he gets greedy and turns his and his family's personal life into a circus for other people to peer into. I mean, this guy's been showing his true colors for a long time at this point, and it seems to have just unfortunately come to a head. Personally, I think it's probably time for YouTube to step in. I feel like demonetizing these channels would probably be a good first step. Sometimes I really wonder why YouTube seems to play such a passive role in stuff like this. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for anybody who ever does anything wrong to get demonetized or banned off of YouTube, but I feel like in situations like this, I really don't feel like it'd be that crazy of a decision. It's honestly what I would have expected at this point, for YouTube to be like, you know what, we're actually not gonna essentially keep a known domestic abuser on our payroll, because that's what you're doing. Crazy. I mean, seriously, this guy's probably made a significant amount of money just from people finding out that he's a piece of shit. People going to leave comments saying, you belong in jail, you're a piece of shit. That makes him money, and YouTube's the one paying it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here saying that YouTube needs to run a background check on everybody who ever applies to the creator program, but I mean, when it's like this blatant, it just seems like a no-brainer. It's always sort of rubbed me the wrong way that YouTube will nuke your channel over copyright claims, but when a guy is outed for beating his wife, they're like, oh, well, we wouldn't want to get into personal issues.
No cap, though. They do that, you know what I'm saying? They be quick to take a nigga channel down with copyrights, you know what I'm saying? But when you know what I'm saying, I could agree with that, but I wouldn't want nobody to get demonetized, bro, because it's already hard as it is to get monetized. So, like, bro, that'll be tough, you know what I'm saying? Especially putting in all these years of work. But gang, come on, Mike, you putting your hands on you leaving a bad rep, you know what I'm saying? But I know he dealing with a lot, so I get it, you know what I'm saying? But it's never cool to, you know, use abuse to let out anger, bro. It's never that deep, especially when you got wife and kids, my nigga. What are you doing? Like, come on, gang.
Obviously, that's for money. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business. They're going to be profit-minded, and as a person who gets their bills paid by YouTube, I'm not necessarily against that. But that doesn't change the fact that I think that YouTube needs to start taking a bit more of an active role in really considering who they're making famous and who they're making millionaires. This 911 call was only leaked about a week ago, so there's a chance that YouTube just hasn't really gotten around to seeing it, but I'd be very surprised if anything ends up happening here. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I really hope that we see YouTube do something. I kind of think that they might. You know, the whole Angry Grandpa thing is a big enough of a character that YouTube might do it just because they don't really want to be seen paying out a guy who was caught doing this. But I'm not super hopeful, really. Hopefully Michael's family can get away from him and they start to live an actually normal life, because I've got to imagine that the last 5 or so years have been the opposite of normal for them. Here's to hoping. See ya.
That's tough, gang. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they get that resolved, bro. This nigga Mike lost his mind, bro. He lost his mind, gang. That's tough, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this situation, bro. You know what I'm saying, man? R.I.P. to Angry Grandpa, bro. Living legend, no bap. I still watch the videos to this day, bro. They still hit different, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how y'all feel, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. FSD out, man.